And we are back. Welcome back to the Women's World Cup prediction series. A Women's World Cup which just keeps delivering on drama, and what an unbelievable day it has already been. Firstly, everything that happened in those Group A deciders. Norway putting 6 past the Philippines, meaning that New Zealand had to beat Switzerland if they had any chance of progressing. It went on, it went late, they hit the bar, there were saves. The goalkeeper went up 3 times towards the end of the game, but sadly her efforts were all in vain as Switzerland were able to hold on to that 0-0 draw, which meant that, as predicted yesterday by myself, that Switzerland and Norway progressed to the next round. But the drama did not stop there, because what I did not predict, and I'm pretty sure no one predicted, was Colombia going and beating Germany in, again, the most dramatic of circumstances. A 90th minute equaliser from Germany, and then a 97th minute winner from Colombia, which sees them top the group as things stand in that one. And yeah, massive pressure on Germany to deliver in that final game, otherwise their World Cup could potentially be over as well. Now, we have got 2 more groups that need sorting out today. One of them much more simpler than the other, as the 2 qualified teams will only be battling out for the top spot, whereas in the other group we have a very, very tasty situation where any of 3 teams could end up progressing today. So if you have not done so already, before we get into today's action, please do consider dropping a like on this video, sharing it with a friend, and subscribing to the channel and ringing that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the content we are producing at the moment. And let's get into all of tomorrow morning's action from Groups B and C. Now, rather bizarrely, we are doing Group C first before Group B, but in terms of drama, that is probably a little bit better, because if we look at Group C, you will see that this is the group where Spain and Japan are already through to the next round after comfortably beating Costa Rica and Zambia in their opening games. It's just going to be a battle of who is going to end up topping the group and who is going to finish in 3rd place. So we'll start off with the 3rd place playoff, which is not really being played for anything other than a very small amount of prize money. It's Costa Rica and Zambia. From what I've seen of the 2 sides so far, Zambia just are well out of their depth at this World Cup, and I expect Costa Rica to take it. Realistically, I think anything could happen in this game. I just think the 2 sides will give it everything to try and get themselves a World Cup win. I'm going to go 2-1 Costa Rica and leave it at that. The other game between Japan and Spain, although not massively important, will still have ramifications going into the latter stages of this tournament, because obviously if you win your group, in theory, you should get an easier game in the next round. So I think both sides will still be giving it their all. You may see some changes from both teams as they want to rest potential key players for the latter stages, but I think it'll be an interesting game. I think Spain have to be considered the favourites for this one, and I am going to go for a 3-1 win to Spain in this one. I think it's going to be an open game. I think there are going to be chances at both ends. I can see both teams scoring, but overall, I think Spain will just have that little bit of extra quality over their Japanese counterparts. On to Group B, and this is where things get much, much more interesting. You'll see as things stand, Nigeria top the group from Canada, then Australia, and unfortunately the Republic of Ireland are already out. So the situation stands like this. Nigeria and Canada just have to avoid defeat, and they are through to the next round. Australia, of course, have to beat Canada, and there are obviously other ramifications whereby if Australia beat Canada and Ireland beat Nigeria, then it could come down to goal difference and goals scored, which could then potentially see Nigeria still go through despite losing. So lots of things that can happen in this one. We'll start off with the Ireland and Nigeria one, because I think this is the easier one to call. From what I've seen of Nigeria so far in their 2 opening games, they have been more than worth their place in this tournament, and Republic of Ireland, quite frankly, have been appalling. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Nigeria, with Ireland playing for nothing and Nigeria playing for everything. There is always that slight chance that the pressure might get to Nigeria and Ireland snatch a win. I just don't see it happening. I think Nigeria deserve their place in the next round, and I think they are going to get it by beating Republic of Ireland tomorrow morning. The interesting one is the Canada-Australia one, because this is where everything is on the line. If Canada get a draw, they are through. Australia must win. And obviously, with all the pressure being put on them by their home fans, again, it is still unclear how fit Sam Kerr is going to be. Is she going to be available for this game? All the reports that I've looked at this morning still think it's going to be fairly unclear as to whether or not she is going to be available. So anything could happen. I think if I look at the way that these sides have played in their opening games, I just still fancy Australia. I really do. New Zealand this morning became the first side to be knocked out as a host nation at a Women's World Cup in the group stages. I don't think Australia are going to be the second team to do that in 2 days. I'm going to go 2-0 Australia, which will see them get through to the knockout stages at the expense of Canada. But as I've already said, there could still be a scenario where even if that is the scoreline, if Republic of Ireland beat Nigeria by more, Canada could still go through anyway. Let me throw all of your thoughts from today's action as well as all of your predictions for tomorrow's actions as well. Those are all of the predictions together as one. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow where we will be doing our Day 13 predictions and trying to figure out if the Lionesses will once and for all secure their place in the next round. Thank you very much for watching.